Hello, English learners. Welcome to the Real English Podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. We're so happy you're here.
Hey, Emily. How was your morning today?
Honestly, it was an absolute catastrophe. Truly devastating.
Oh, really? What on earth happened?
I ran out of coffee beans,
Oh, the horror. That's just terrible.
right? And that connects perfectly to our topic today.
It sure does. We have a fun topic for near-native speakers.
We're talking about weaponizing academic vocabulary.
What does that mean exactly?
It means using very formal, dramatic words for minor problems.
Like calling a simple lack of coffee a catastrophe.
Exactly. Have you ever done that, Jack?
Oh, all the time. I called my slow internet an existential crisis yesterday.
That's a perfect example. Why do we do this?
Well, it adds a lot of humor to daily conversations.
Yeah, it shows you can really play with language styles.
Right. This mismatch is a true sign of near-native fluency.
It proves you understand the rules well enough to break them.
Absolutely. It makes your stories sound much more entertaining.
Are you ready to see some more examples?
I definitely am. Let's get started with our vocabulary preview. Existential. This word usually relates to deep questions about human existence.
That sounds heavy. Have you used it lately?
Oh yeah, I've used it to describe running out of milk,
That's hilarious. Why does that work so well?
because it sounds like my entire life is losing meaning.
Exactly. It takes a tiny problem and makes it philosophical.
Right. An existential crisis over breakfast is the perfect joke.
Unmitigated. What does this actually mean in formal academic writing?
It basically means absolute, or not softened in any way.
I see. So how do we weaponize it for daily annoyances?
You just pair it with negative words like disaster or failure.
Have you tried doing that with anything recently?
Yes, I called my burnt toast an unmitigated disaster today.
I love that. It makes your ruined breakfast sound historically tragic.
Good point. It's a really fun way to show off vocabulary. Systemic. This is a classic academic term. What's it usually describe?
It describes a major problem that affects an entire system.
Right, like a systemic economic issue. But what about at home?
If my internet router is slow, it becomes a systemic collapse.
That's a perfect example. It sounds incredibly serious.
Yeah, the entire household structure has completely broken down.
Exactly. Near-native speakers love playing with serious words like this.
Are you ready to hear these dramatic words in a real conversation? Let's move on to the dialogue.
You won't believe the terrible disaster in the break room.
Oh no, not again. What actually happened this time?
The main coffee machine is completely broken this morning.
Really, that is so annoying. Why does that keep happening?
I have no idea. It's an unmitigated disaster today.
Wow, an unmitigated disaster. It's literally just a coffee maker.
No, it's a systemic failure of our entire office infrastructure.
A systemic failure? Good point. We might not survive this.
Exactly. I'm honestly facing a serious existential crisis right now.
An existential crisis? All because you don't have caffeine today?
Yes, Sarah. How do I even write boring emails without it?
That's a tough question. Have you tried drinking green tea?
Tea is fine, but that doesn't solve the root problem.
Right, I see. So what is your grand survival plan then?
I'm just going to walk to the cafe down the street.
That sounds like a smart move. Can you grab me a latte?
Sure thing. I think I'll expense it for emotional damages.
Perfect idea. Good luck dealing with your massive morning crisis.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's look at the language we just used.
Yeah, we used some really dramatic words earlier.
Exactly. We took tiny problems and made them sound huge.
I do that all the time. It's so fun.
Right? Have you ever called a spilled coffee a tragedy?
Oh, absolutely. I call it a complete tragedy.
So, we have 3 big words to break down today.
What's the very first word we have today, Jack?
Let's start by looking at the word unmitigated.
Ah, that's a great word. What does it mean?
It basically means something is absolute or total.
I see. We usually use it with negative things, right?
Yes, exactly. We use the phrase an unmitigated disaster.
Right? Like when I accidentally burn my toast in the morning?
Exactly. It makes a burnt piece of bread sound terrible.
So dramatic. What is the next word on our list?
The next big vocabulary word we have is systemic.
Oh, I really like that one. How do you explain it?
It means something affects the whole system, not just one part.
That makes sense. We talked about a systemic failure earlier.
Yeah, right. Usually it describes big government or business problems.
But how do we use it for a funny joke?
Well, imagine your home internet suddenly stops working.
Oh, I hate that. Is that a systemic failure?
Exactly. You pretend your tiny apartment is a massive organization.
That's hilarious. I'll definitely use that one.
What about our very last word for today?
The last word we need to check is existential.
That sounds so philosophical. What does it actually mean?
It relates to human existence or basic survival.
Really? Like a major threat to your actual life?
Yes, exactly. We talked about facing an existential crisis.
I see. So how do we make that sound funny?
You use it when something small makes you question everything.
Like when you can't find your phone in your pocket?
Right! Suddenly you don't know who you are without it.
That is a perfect example. It really is an existential crisis.
These phrases are perfect for near-native speakers to try.
Good point. Using them shows you really control the language.
Let's review the details in our vocabulary breakdown below. We just talked about some very dramatic vocabulary.
Yeah, we covered some really heavy phrases today.
But how do we actually build these into everyday speech?
That's exactly what we're going to do right now.
Exactly right. It's time for the Fluency Builder.
So let's look at some related phrase patterns.
Remember how we talked about an unmitigated disaster?
Oh yeah, like dropping your toast on the floor?
Exactly. Another great way to say that is an absolute catastrophe.
That sounds so incredibly serious, doesn't it?
It really does. You can use it for tiny mistakes.
Like what? What's a good example for this one?
Well, imagine they run out of oat milk at a cafe.
Oh, an absolute catastrophe. I see how that works.
Yeah, you completely overstate the problem for a quick laugh.
What about our second idea, the systemic failure?
Let's try using a complete breakdown in protocol.
I love that one. It sounds like a government report.
Right? But you can use it for basic house chores.
Oh, like when someone forgets to buy toilet paper.
Exactly. You call it a complete breakdown in protocol.
That makes it sound like a massive organizational error.
It really does. It's just so fun to say out loud.
What's a good phrase for our third concept?
The existential crisis one? We can say questioning my entire existence.
Oh wow, that is just incredibly dramatic, isn't it?
It really is. Have you ever actually felt that way?
Maybe when I step in a puddle with fresh socks?
Yes. A wet sock will have you questioning your entire existence.
It really ruins the whole morning, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You just want to give up completely.
So these patterns really help us sound fluent and funny.
They do. They add so much color to daily complaints.
Now let's listen to the dialogue one more time so you can hear exactly how near-native vocabulary, like existential, unmitigated, and systemic can be weaponized to dramatize everyday inconveniences.
You won't believe the terrible disaster in the break room.
Oh no, not again. What actually happened this time?
The main coffee machine is completely broken this morning.
Really, that is so annoying. Why does that keep happening?
I have no idea. It's an unmitigated disaster today.
Wow, an unmitigated disaster. It's literally just a coffee maker.
No, it's a systemic failure of our entire office infrastructure.
A systemic failure?
Good point. We might not survive this.
Exactly. I'm honestly facing a serious existential crisis right now.
An existential crisis? All because you don't have caffeine today?
Yes, Sarah. How do I even write boring emails without it?
That's a tough question. Have you tried drinking green tea?
Tea is fine, but that doesn't solve the root problem.
Right, I see. So what is your grand survival plan then?
I'm just going to walk to the cafe down the street.
That sounds like a smart move. Can you grab me a latte?
Sure thing. I think I'll expense it for emotional damages.
Perfect idea. Good luck dealing with your massive morning crisis.
That dialogue always makes me laugh, Emily.
I know, right? Mark is being so dramatic over a broken coffee machine.
Exactly. Calling it a systemic failure is just hilarious.
And expensing his coffee for emotional damages? Classic Mark.
Have you ever been that upset about your morning coffee?
Oh, definitely. I might not say existential crisis, but I feel it inside.
Me too. It's a great way to practice those near-native words, though.
So true. Now it's time for you to practice these phrases at home.
That's right. We want you to feel confident using this dramatic vocabulary.
We'll have Mark read a few of his best lines for you.
Make sure you listen closely and then repeat out loud after him.
Try to match his dramatic tone when you say them too.
You won't believe the terrible disaster in the break room. It's an unmitigated disaster today. No, it's a systemic failure of our entire office infrastructure. I'm honestly facing a serious existential crisis right now. I think I'll expense it for emotional damages.
Great job practicing those dramatic lines.
Yeah, your everyday office complaints will never sound the same again.
We really hope you enjoyed learning how to exaggerate your daily struggles.
Before you go, please take a quick second to like this video.
Yes, and make sure to share it and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks so much for hanging out and studying with us today.
Goodbye for now. We'll see you guys in the next video.